Hey, everybody. This was kind of put together impromptu because I know there's a bunch of questions on what Brent talked about this morning. So I'm just going to give you kind of an overview of maybe 3 or 4 or 5 minutes worth, and then I'm going to turn this over to Cindy. So first, um, I don't know if the app is good, bad, or indifferent. That's the reason I don't really have my name on it because I never know. I know the lady that developed the app. I've sat with her 3 separate times. It looks like it's got a lot of great stuff in there. It was a whole lot of upfront money that both Brent and Cindy paid to get that app, a whole lot. And they have a certain amount of customers they have to have, or they have to pay a lot monthly for it, a crazy amount. But so I don't even know really what it does. I've never used it. Don't even know that I will. But there's one piece of the app that I really, really like. And this is why there's two out there. So one thing you can do in the app is there's a section in there where you can put like your trainings, like if you wanted product training, comp plan training, how-to training, onboarding training, and you can send stuff out. Everybody that's on the app can send notifications out. So there's not a competition between Cindy and Brent, Cindy and Luke. Cindy and Luke kind of went in together on that app with that lady. Um, but the reason they did is they wanted to control the data a little bit more. So, like, I'm going to put whatever videos out there that's requested. But Joni, I know y'all are really big on stuff like this, a lot of you. So this is really, I'm going to turn this over to Cindy, and she's going to explain the best she can the app and what all we can put in there, why there's two. I'm just, Brent would let me put anything in his, but I'm not gonna call somebody's cross line up and say, hey, Brent, so he would let me put stuff in there, but I couldn't get like 15 of my leader stuff in there. He's gonna want his leader stuff in there. So with Cindy, we're gonna have a little bit more control over, like, if Joni or Reese or Christy Wall, whoever wanted to put some stuff out there, Cindy's gonna be doing that. So anyway, all that being said, I'm not that intelligent on any of it yet. I'm just going to sit in the background. I just want everybody to know why there was a bit of confusion. And listen, I'm not pushing it either. I don't know if it'll work. I'm not that guy. I know how to make $1 million a year in this business, and I can do it without an app. So the app is going to be more for the people that are looking for shortcuts, in my opinion. But there's a bunch of people looking for it, so we'll see if it'll work for them. Okay, all right.
Okay.
All you're sending, you can undo me because I'm not going to be able to answer any questions. I don't know enough about it.
So basically, I don't need to get back in and explain every part about it if you saw Brent's training. So I'm not going to go there and make you listen to all that. They're identical. First of all, they're identical except for a couple pieces. And the pieces that aren't identical are the training pieces for PartnerCo, how we train, how we lead people. So what we have the ability to do, and we are not in competition. I talked to Brent for 35 minutes today. So we have both known that this was being built at the same time together. We were all involved from the beginning. So it isn't anything like that. And we are actually collectively working together. It just allows us to control more the training styles that we do. And so for this app, any leaders on Todd's team that would like that are key leaders, and I'll let Todd kind of define who's who in that later. But if you are, reach out to myself or Todd and we'll just verify. But you can have your own training section in it within this app, and it features you right on. So if you guys saw Brent Palmer's training, or where Andrea brought up the app and it says coach in your pocket and admin and onboarding and those kind of things, those are still being tweaked. Sarah will be an admin on this app, so she will be doing the notifications out and uploading a lot of videos for us and things like that. But the app is gives us the ability to highlight or spotlight what we call spotlight leaders. And those spotlight sections, maybe Joni has 5 videos that are all Chris and Joni, Chris and Joni trainings. And Reese has his certain trainings or certain specialty. And then there's a keyboard section in the app. For any of you who've already downloaded Brent's, you can stay on Brent's, you can get on this one. It doesn't matter. You're getting the exact same thing. So first of all, we 100% mean that. There's no money being made here. We're just trying to keep from spending more money. Luke is maybe on this call, I'm not sure. He actually is semi-related to the person that developed that. That's why we knew about it. At the same time, Brent had run into basically the same people, and this kind of all came together at the same time. That's really what happened. And originally they told us we had to have one per team. And so now we see we probably could have made it work, this is just as well, so that Todd's team can have its own style. This isn't about control, so we're not really controlling anybody's people. And the main thing with the app is that you use the part that's already in place. We'll be loading in our leadership pieces with leaders who want to, with Todd's videos and trainings, with stuff Sarah will load. Boards, different boards. We would like to have some leaders in Canada, have a whole Canadian section within the app. We can take it to any leaders that are senior officer and above in any country and add that country to the app. So it's very, very usable by everyone. But the main thing the app is for, when you take everything away, if you took out all the training, all the videos, the keyboard section, the main thing it's for is engagement, like Brent was talking about, to get a lot of more views to your Facebook page. That is what it's designed to do. It's been proven over and over. And I just had a small group of people testing it. And one gal who has very few followings has already sold 11 boxes of drops in just a couple weeks of testing it. So, and enrolled a partner, all strangers that she didn't know. So that's, it does work. So did another one, signed a 4-pack with a total stranger she did not know, strictly from following this. So there are some positives about it. Like Brent said, I don't need to resell that part. Use Brent's, use ours, don't use any. It doesn't really matter. You're still doing the same thing. The system of growth will be completely in there. So if you don't want to use a board, there will be parts of boards, and we will get probably a small group of leaders who raise their hand here, not today, but afterwards, text me, or Todd can put us in a group, and we can.
Hey, Cindy, can I ask a question? Do people have to have boards and this app, or does it?
No, you can run the whole thing from here. It's actually easier than boards.
Okay.
It has the exact same feature straight to your Facebook page, but it's one click instead of move, get the two pieces.
So the whole board system is loaded in there.
Yes. Now we still are loading our side because Brent had 5 times the people helping him, and I had me. Luke was giving me moral support. Luke, if you're on here, you know what I mean. He's cheering me. Hey, you go ahead and upload
Will
that.
it hold multiple boards though? Because they're like a global boards, there's a Canadian
Yes.
boards, there's.
Technically, and here's why I want to say it is different than boards. It is different than boards, but anything that is in boards can get in here. It's just you want to figure out how to do it. So there's a training section. So in boards, a lot of us have our training section in boards, right? In one piece of the boards. There's also a keyboard section. The keyboard is where you click and send. Click and send. Just like the keyboard on boards, it works identical. Well, actually easier. So you can put trainings in there. You can load any part on boards that you want to be able to click and send on there. There is no actual limit. And Luke, if you want to unmute, you can maybe add if you know if there's a limit to it. He's worked with the developers too. I don't think there's any limit to it, how many we can put in there. They
No,
didn't give us any.
no,
So,
no limit.
okay, good. And then, so basically, you guys can fire questions away, but what we'd like to do, here's the bottom line. We wanted the app. Luke's been a 7-figure earner in this industry. We just wanted it with our team. Brent was going to test it out before he decided to launch. We knew we wanted it because we saw the results that were being, actually Luke had seen it for a couple years in action and knew what it did. And we did too. So we definitely wanted it, but we have a smaller team than most of you guys. So collectively we're better together. As everybody said, Brent and I had a great talk today about it. We've talked, so has Luke with Brent throughout this building out process, because it's been a long process. But we just need some leaders on this app that want to take a little spot on it and a little bit of say in it, because quite frankly, we would love and welcome that leadership and that training and that help for everybody. It is, I don't care if people on my team join Brent's app. So there is nothing like that. It's just they're exactly the same background. Every video is the same that does what it's supposed to do. The training's the same. The bots are the same. It's just a little bit different look, a different name because it had to be. And the trainings that are in it are different. Cost is the same. Everything's the same. So questions from Reese or
So,
Joe?
yeah,
I
I
have
just
a
want to throw.
question.
Go ahead.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Reese, you first.
No. I was just gonna say one thing. Real quick is a lot of people may be confused thinking that like this is full automation, all that. We're not fully automating anything. There's still the personal behind this. You still want to have that personal piece, so it is not replacing. That's not what we're trying to do. That's not what Cindy's trying to do. And I just want to throw out, I'm big on this. I love this. I know Joni loves this kind of stuff. But I know how much money Cindy has probably spent because I know what Brent spent. I tested Brent's since PXP. Been through his. I've been in James and Becky's doing theirs. It was a different, little bit different. But anyways, this can help from what I see. It really can help, but you cannot let it replace the personal side of things. That's the one thing that I just want anybody on our team to really realize is utilize the tools that you have, but always make sure that personal side is in there.
That's right. You could get 60,000 views on a video, but if you don't reach out to the people that liked it and shared it, you still will have no sales, right? I mean, you still have to do the personal touch for sure.
I guess you're probably going to get into a bit of training on it here in detail, but I was on the call this morning and I had kind of an idea of what I think the app is. If you could just give us a quick overview, because it seemed like it was giving you tips specifically for Facebook that you could do to grow your algorithm, like Brent was explaining, giving you ideas that if you did those tasks, that Facebook would reward you for those tasks and show you more views. But when I logged into the app, I didn't really see that. It looked more like a bot that's going to answer questions for your customers, more like the partner, more like the boards app with information in it. So can you just kind of explain a little bit more to me what that app exactly does and how that relates to Facebook?
Yeah, so that part you saw was the chat bot. It was more of the bot part of it. So that was the coach in your pocket. Very much some of us who were just on the officer and above call, they were showing, I think it's Allie, is it called
Allie.
Allie?
Yeah.
The bot there that answers questions about Partner Co. That is going to help people who are not very good at coming up creative wise with writing their own post. There's 2 bots in there that help you with your launch post. If you're launching for product or you're launching for business, they're separate. There's ones on product. There's ones on reaching out to people. So when somebody does say, hey, I want more information, and you're kind of curious how you reach back out to that person, you can ask the bot and it tells you. That's all that is. That's coach in your pocket. The daily workflow is the key to the whole thing, and those are identical. So the daily workflow, if you go through it, it takes a little bit to set up initially. And Reese, I'm not sure if you set yours up or tried it, but it takes a little bit of time to set it up initially, just to go through all the videos. But then every day it has 10 steps that you do. And every single person that's tested it, everything's jumped up. Their engagement, people reaching out to them, people liking it, shares. So it's really on the daily workflow,
So just to
Joni.
clarify, that daily workflow is inside this app that you're talking about?
Yes, yeah. So we're not, I don't think we were going to do an actual app training today, but I'll show you the daily workflow if people can see it. So at the bottom, let me go back. So when you go in for the first time, you see the coach in your pocket and you see some admin stuff. This is where your sections would be. So if Joni and Chris had a section there, it would be their picture on there. It wouldn't just be an image. So this part is just training. If you go to the bottom of the app, and this one, I'm not sure I can get it close enough to see it, but there's one that says daily workflow, and it goes to this, and that's the one that Andrea was showing today. So it's going to start a video. Reels are the fastest way to grow your. It actually tells you how to do it. So it's going to tell you how to do it. And when you walk through it, it's really what it's meant to do is get people to do what they should be doing anyway. So, but it does it a little better for them because this app is truly designed around Facebook's algorithms, around their real algorithms. So it's going to tell you what to do each day. It's like Brent says, he takes now a half an hour in the morning and has his set for the day. Some people are doing them on Sundays and setting them for the week. You can still do that, but it's going to have you do reels. It's going to have you do different things like that. And so does that kind of answer your question, Joni? It's really just an algorithm.
Yeah, it does. I like that. And I guess a question I just wanted to put out before we get too into this, like new people that are doing the system of growth for their very first month, in my opinion, and I guess you'd know more knowing this app, should focus solely on the system of growth. Do you think that this app is more for people that have been in the business a little bit longer and are looking to boost their algorithm? And that really we should focus on like people that are already ultimate to use this app, or for a new person?
So I don't know if anybody else has an opinion, but it has a launch bot in it where you can use the system of growth from the app. So the bot will help them know what to post in the sandwich stuff right off the bat. So what it does, it's actually designed to grow your following by 10,000 people in 90 days. That's been, so somewhere between 5 and 10,000 in 60 to 90 days, that's a big following. But the first month, it's just a slow growth. So it's a few hundred people, and then it's that exponential kind of growth as your algorithms boost and Facebook pushes you out there. So what I would say for a new person, Joni, is that when we put a new person in, the system of growth, all of that is still in there. We still have the boards, but we're moving, transitioning. We're just launching this, of course, so we're moving everybody over to that. But if they're brand new, they'll come in and they can still post 2 times a day right from there because the exact board can be right in the app. So the board you're using, there can be a section that says, your specific board information in there, but they're posting and following that. And yes, you want them to do that, but so if it's overwhelming to them, then I would say you're right. Do what's best. Just do the boards for the first so many weeks. But then when it maybe starts falling off on how many people are asking for drops, it doesn't fall off. I mean, people are still asking for it, but it slows down a little bit. They need to pick up their algorithms and get more views, get in front of more people. And so if they can kind of do it at the same time, simultaneously build that piece while they're doing it, they're going to have a much bigger first few months, first few weeks.
Hey, Cindy, correct. If I say anything that's not, because I haven't been inside of yours, so if there's anything different, I've been inside of Brent's and been doing it. So, but to Joni, I would say one, it helps onboard as well to start with that onboarding and roll people in there, and you can come alongside them and get them rolling. But it really where I see a benefit for me is all the questions you get once they start posting, like, kind of unsure of what to do next or how to go about it, even though you walk them through it in training or whatnot. So there's two parts this is how I use it. And Cindy, you guys may have envisioned it as something else, but this is how I envision myself using it, is giving that to somebody before we're getting on an onboarding call. As they go through that, they can go, it helps them get everything loaded and get it all ready to roll, get rolling on the system of growth, understand what the system of growth is. So when you come there, they already have a little bit of knowledge in that. They already have a little bit of that. Then you spend your 30-minute or 45-minute onboarding through that. And then when they get off, the questions that they're going to pop in their head are there for them on the app. The app helps answer those questions because it literally walks it step by step, just like you would onboard somebody, just like you would show them and then have to get back on them and show them again. So, and then it takes it a step further, in my opinion, because it does do the things that help build the algorithm that sometimes we miss training on. A lot of times, like doing the reels, things like that. And just I honestly don't think it's overwhelming, but that's me just because that's how I know I'm analytical. So maybe it's because I'm analytical, so my mind functions that way. But I can see that being a positive, especially if you're bringing on a lot of new people at one time.
Yeah,
And
it keeps them engaged too. It keeps them like it's telling them what to do. So instead of you sitting there telling them what to do, they're following a step by step and they're checking those boxes and it's going ching ching, as they get them done.
And
Yeah.
Cindy, one question that we keep getting asked is how can people change if they've already signed up for Brent's?
Well, if they want to change, I guess they have 7-day trial. So if they were in one, they can just cancel their app there and join this one. His may have a few more things loaded, but we will have a lot loaded once we know whose boards want to go in there and things. We'll be loading over the weekend too, some of that stuff, but you're welcome to, it doesn't make any difference. Like I said, Brent and I talked. I think Sarah, you talked to Brent today too. It's really up to you, but I think you can cancel it and do this one as well.
And then also some people, you guys are talking about, how much it costs, things like that. Guys, I can't tell you how much probably money Cindy and her team have spent in this and what Brent has spent, not to mention the time that it's taken them. They had to load all this stuff. So yeah, it does cost a little bit of money, but it is way, way cheaper than you doing it yourself. And for leaders, all I can say for leaders is thank you, Cindy, for offering to do this because this is big. Like you could easily say, no, I put all this work in there. I don't, but that's a ton of work that Cindy is offering to everybody out here. So whether you're on Brent's or Cindy's, that I just have to say like that is a huge thing that they're offering this at the price that they're offering. So you get a lot more than you get with boards. So I'll just say that.
And the money actually goes back into the developers. So it's not a money maker, just so you guys
Nope.
know. That's why I said it doesn't matter to us if you join ours or you join Brent's. If leaders want to have a space in this one and have their own kind of board section in this one, the keyboard section in it, you're welcome to look at it. I can schedule a call with you separately to take you in and show you what you could do or not do. But that's just an option. Brent doesn't care either way, as long as whoever wants to use it is using one or the other because they're the same thing. So
Can
How
you
much is
just,
it?
are you, sorry,
Can I
Bob.
just ask a quick question? How much is it? Sorry, it's a couple of minutes late. What is the cost?
it's I believe it's $14.99 or you get 1 month free if you do it a year. So
Okay, that's
it-
US.
yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Are you able to share your screen and just show us how to get into the workflow app and the some of the things that you're talking about?
Should be able to, yeah. I put my glasses on, Joni, making me put my glasses on in public here. Okay.
Thank you so much for this, Cindy. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob, I think I told Todd today, I expect Bob to have a comp plan training in there by tomorrow. Just-
I got to
So
get meeting there first.
I think this would be good for someone who doesn't have a large Facebook friend list or followers, like to grow their Facebook very quickly. I'm understanding that it would work for that as well. Because we get that question on a regular basis where someone says, oh, I only have 200 friends or 300 friends. Cindy, would that help them grow that Facebook then for the new person?
So wait a minute, say that one more time, Christy. I'm sorry, I was trying to load this on.
Yeah, just if somebody, you know how we have some people who want to fire up their system of growth and they say, well, I only have a couple hundred friends. How do I
Yes.
grow? So this would be really good for that new person that doesn't have a social media present to help them stay on track with their posting, with their lifestyle posts, with building that brand, if I'm understanding it correctly.
That's what it does. So Joni's brand is going to look totally different than my brand and totally different than your brand and Reese's brand because the app actually gets to know you. So it builds your brand based on your authenticity. And so I have a couple on the team who started using it, testing it. They have very small Facebook followings. They don't have a big sphere at all. And so they were anxious to try it. And she's one of the ones who sold, I think she sold 11 boxes now of drops in just 2 weeks and has gained, I don't even know how many followers that she didn't even know. And she's got these groups and it's just teaching you how to do that. It's kind of doing it for you and everybody's shocked when it starts happening.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's like holding you accountable for your posting and your reach outs and all of that. Like I think it's something that could be very useful for someone who doesn't have a big social media presence.
Mhm. Yeah, I think it could
That's
be.
good.
Let me see. I'm sorry, I'm on my computer and I'm trying to share my screen on my cell phone. Um,
Cindy, while you're getting that together, correct me if I'm wrong. This was not meant to be launched just yet. It
Right.
was still in the process of being made. So there's still things that are to be added. I asked because Cindy asked me to help, and I told her, I said I would love to help. Because you guys know I love to help everybody. I just have to finish up research first, and that's November the 21st. So I just wanted to make sure that we're all on the same page. It's launched, but we still have to add stuff to it.
So you can, right, it'll change every week as we add different leaders trainings. They want to come in and do trainings. We also want a section that will have, let me see. So what are you guys seeing here? A bunch of stuff or just the app? I can't tell.
See
'Cause
the
We're
app.
seeing just your app. Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, because I have so much stuff on my screen now, it popped in a weird spot. Okay, so this is when you open it up, it's got the coach in your pocket. Joni, that's what you were talking about. It's going to, um, this is the bot. It's going to help you write how do I reach out to a business prospect, creating content to build authority. Authority just means in yourself that maybe you're an expert at cooking or knitting or motorcycles, whatever that might be, and then launch posts for business, your first one. So this helps somebody write it, but if you want them to just use what they're already using in the system of growth, they can. And then onboarding help right here. It just, if they have a question and they can't find the answer, it's going to give them the answers there. It's all built around Partner Co. And then product information. And then, so down in this section, this is what we're still building out. So we're getting ready to add videos that Sarah has. But these are just your setting up your direct deposit, your subscription, it's just your basic stuff that you would have. Business building stuff, there'll be a spot. This is the videos that, same ones that are in Brent's app. They just look a little different because we haven't changed the logos yet. But how you get paid, that would be your different compensation trainings, and then product trainings, product information down here. The daily workflow is right here. And this is the one Andrea showed today. So creating reels, engage with your network, post in stories, do an entertain post. So it gives you training videos on what that means and why you want to do it and where to go to find more information. Share content in groups, reach out to someone on the team, call to action post, and educate post. Call to action post might be about the drops or about the business, right? It's call to action. Ask people to buy from you, to do something. And when you get through these a day, that's just going to increase your algorithm. If you only do 3 or 4 in the day, your algorithm's still going to go up. Okay, so it's not like, oh, I didn't get them all. But your goal is the more times you can hit this in a week, every day in a week, the higher your algorithm will go, the more sites you'll get. Then in this section here, this is the part Sarah's talking about. So we, under the training tab, we want to add sections for leaders trainings for different teams, Canada's training, those kind of things. In here, this is an actual keyboard, just like in boards. So when you go in there, what do you see, right? It's the post. There you go, day one, right? So they're just not labeled yet, but they're already starting to go in there. But we can put anybody's in here. So meaning that where you see this says slenderized post, this can say, for the buds teams up here, Canada. It can be a specific team, and you click in there, and it's going to have all the post, and it does just the same thing. It's going to click it boom, boom, boom. You know, they're side by side, they're easy. When you click them, they just go together. So you don't have to keep going back and forth. And then other products. So here, we don't have them in here, but you'll see each product. So there'll be before and afters for the MOA that people see on my slides that I got from Todd, you know, some before and afters there, some testimonials with Noni and all the other good products in there eventually. And then business building, these would be ones that you would click and send to somebody who's interested in business. But we can put as many of these folders, and we can put subfolders in the folders. So we can go endlessly. For each team can have their team name on it, and boom, their board's right there. As long as we're all willing that other people will have access to your boards, right? But I think we all pretty much share our stuff anyway. So as long as you're willing to share your info, you just put it in there under your name, under, you know, your team's name if you want to, or we just collectively go in and put the stuff we need. It really it's open to whatever you want to do, but you just enable the keyboard, and it works exactly the same way as boards.
Cindy, would others have the ability to go in and change what's in our board?
So I can allow a handful of admins at some point. We just have to make sure that they don't mess with the other system of it, because there's no way to lock it down right now.
That's what I was worried about.
Yeah, so they are trying to get it developed, and if Luke wants to chime in on that, but the developers are working on a couple different things. One where we can send notifications to specific teams and specific groups. Two, where they were already working on something that would give multiple admins and access to only certain things, because if you go in here and you change the password, none of us can get in, or you change there's certain things. So admins kind of have a lot of control back there, but we can get an admin from each team or each of the top leaders to control certain things, I think, to some extent in there. And yes, you could change it yourself. It's very simple to do. It's as easy, if not easier, than boards. It really is, as far as that part. It's just time consuming.
Awesome.
Cindy, Fred Duff here in Richmond, Virginia. Well, actually, North Carolina now. Forget that I moved. Is this available for purchase now?
It is. You can get it now. We're just everything works. We're just still loading this stuff. So you can.
What's the name of the app again? Your app?
System. So it's the system. I don't know if anyone has it. They can drop it in the chat real quick.
I just did. I put an Apple link and an Android link in chat for you guys, and it's spelled out exactly how you have it.
Okay. Yep. So it's actually yep, just the system. That's it. So we were trying to keep it so it didn't confuse the system of growth and the system. If we said something, it didn't confuse people who weren't using it. You know, just we're following the system. That's why it's named that on our end. So
System. The system. I'm sorry.
that's all right, Fred. You're making sure everybody heard it.
So Cindy, this is a really dumb question, although everybody says there are no dumb questions. I'm not techie, but here's what I'm curious about, because I'm going to have somebody walk me through slowly, which Deborah Dennis knows all about this, so I'll have her do it. But the problem with boards is I spend so much time with people that have an Android.
Mm-hmm.
Is this easier to function from with an Android than boards would be? Is that too dumb?
It is now. I will tell you that we had a struggle with boards. So we were ready on Apple a while ago, and Android. I mean, Android it caused a lot of glitches, and we do think we have all of those glitches, or most of them, worked out. And I think Cheryl, your hand's up. Did you have an Android, and you were one of the people that tested it a little bit, weren't you, Cheryl? Can't remember.
Yes, I did. I had to unload it and load it again, and it seemed to work after that.
Yes, so we did updates, and now it seems to be pretty smooth. Yes. I have an Apple, so I know. I'm not very much help on the Android stuff.
Yeah, I just cringe when they say they have an Android, even with Sarah's little videos.
We all do.
Did anybody else? I saw, Cheryl, did you have another question? You had your hand up, so I
I
wasn't sure.
just had, yes. So this is supposed to be an all-inclusive in lieu of the onboarding process we're using now? And in order for our team to participate, they need to have the app too, correct?
Yes, that is the difference. So a lot of people will have both, right? So we'll keep our board in case somebody doesn't want to download this app. They don't have to have this app. They can just use boards. This is really for people who want to increase their following, improve their algorithms, and get more people engaging with them. That's all it is.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Tom, you had a question?
Yeah, just really quick. I really like what I'm seeing so far, but just for my clarifications, like if I have a boards program right now, I can make my own individual board and it doesn't affect anybody else. I don't need administrative rights to do that or anything like that. Will we
Right.
still be able to do that on this program as well?
You can't, unfortunately. It's just I mean, each app. So Brent paid for his app and we paid for the.
Oh, we lost you.
I think we lost Cindy.
I think
Yeah.
we did.
And Cindy is the mind behind this. Oh, there you are, Cindy.
There-
Yeah, she's back. All right.
I was lost for a minute.
Okay, so I don't really have the capability to make an individual board that's just mine on there that I can put what I want into it. That's not a big problem or a showstopper. I was just curious if it had that capability.
Yeah,
It looks
not
like it could be
really,
a lot.
other than a folder that, I'm gonna let Todd kind of help me navigate that, or a couple leaders that step up and want to. Obviously, we don't want to have 5,000 different folders in there with the same stuff in it. So we want to keep it simple so people aren't confused, but we can label those folders, Tom, and those folders open up. They have what you want in them. That would be just like what you would have in your boards. So technically, yes, within it. Okay,
Hey,
it would be.
that's great. The other thing is this also works like boards with Messenger or Facebook or LinkedIn or anything else like that. The keyboard function works the same.
Yes, exactly the same. Yes, sir.
Right. And I love the fact that you have a work list of the workflow thing. Those are just things, 10 activities that you can do like a checklist that will boost your algorithm without you having to understand why it needs to be done.
That's right. That's right. And it just keeps you going, and it gives them a little bit of encouragement too.
I love the training part too. Thank you.
Thanks, Tom. Shorty, you wanna have a question? Maybe.
But I can't unmute there. Can you hear me now?
I got you.
Thanks for doing this, Cindy, and thanks for sharing it. My question is, does this tool have the capacity to be a communication tool with people on our team through either email and or texting?
So it doesn't at the moment. We are working on a different, so it has a notification system in it, but not a texting directly per person yet. They are adding features. There's some pretty cool features coming on that will be on both apps that the developers are working on. There's some really, really cool stuff that will be added to this app that's already in progress. But one of them is to be able to do notifications to like direct groups and things like that. But I don't know, as far as individuals right now, there isn't a way to do that yet.
Okay, thank you, Cindy.
You're welcome. Okay, I think we have Billy.
Hi there. I have a question. Can you hear me okay?
I got you. Yep.
I just have a quick question about the updates. And so, for example, if we have, let's say part of our team is on boards and doesn't make the transition over here, and let's say there's an update to week 3, day 4 picture for whatever reason. How would we manage or how will that be managed? Or I'm just thinking about continuity across boards and the posts. Like, is this linked right to, is it linked right to boards? So it would, if you made a change in your board, it would come over to here, or would it have to be done in both places?
Have to be done in both places. And like I said, after the 21st, when Sarah is, Dr. Sarah, all of her doctor stuff is done, she will be able to help people with some of that, most likely here and there. And we'll have several admins on there who can hop in and do it, but will have to be done separately.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Okay, Kimberly.
Hey, this is really exciting. Thank you for doing this. This might not be the place, and maybe I need to get with you individually, but I did try to download it, and it says that the email is already in use. And then when I tried to log in with the email I use, then it said there was an error message. So, and I deleted, re-downloaded, and tried it again, same thing. So
there is a support letter. Did you already download the other app too? It might be catching them both because it's the same developer.
that's what I'm thinking.
That's probably what it is. I will send a message, Kimberly. I will check with the developer and I'll send you a message.
Thank you.
Also, a question in chat for you, Cindy, from Christy Walsh. She said, it looks like there isn't a Canadian province choice, just USA, question mark.
Is that on the login? Because I'm not positive what she's talking about, I guess.
Yeah, there you can just pick a state and your zip code. There isn't like a province
Oh, it should let you go per
country.
Yes, it should. But I haven't tried that yet myself.
Yeah, we'll have to play around with it and see.
Yes, Christy, I will, I can get with them on that question too and send you a message. And then we can get the Canadians.
For sure.
Could you let me know as well, Cindy?
Do what, Bob?
Let me know that as well.
Oh, yes, absolutely, Bob. Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll have to rally the Canadian leaders and get it all organized.
Yes. Yeah. And we can do some separate team calls if we need to organize some of that. Debbie.
Hey, Cindy, thanks so much for doing this. It's awesome. I totally see the value of it. I studied attraction marketing, and so I'm already using a system very similar to this, but I love that it's on the phone and it's really for everybody. So thank you for doing it. My question is, will yours have the Spanish capability just like Brent's has right now?
Yes, it has, it'll have everything. And then we also would like to get all the Spanish stuff loaded in it. So there's a whole section for it. If we have Risha and several other people jump in on that to help with that, or we'll get Kevin Coda to help us, but somebody will help us on that.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
So I'm seeing a lot of great stuff here, but I'm also thinking about the work it's going to take to load all of the stuff that we have in boards into this. And I'm thinking specifically about a funnel that I created in boards that I'm not sure if I'll be able to create inside of this program. It's just a series of videos that explain each step for onboarding. And I know you've got them in there, but I was watching them and I really like mine. I want them in there. I want it to stay the way it is.
Right.
And then I'm thinking for all the new people that I've already trained on boards and I've already watched the videos that I recorded on how to use boards, those videos may need to be re-recorded if we're doing it all inside of a new app. Might have to redo like everything that I've done so far and then retrain everybody on it. So like, I'm thinking like, this is a great, I love the idea of having everything in one place. And I love the idea of like, my favorite part about it is the workflow, the daily workflow. Obviously we want to grow that following, right? But I don't want people to have to pay two separate fees, right? For boards and for this. So a lot to think about anyway.
Right, it's just a decision for that. And you can use just I mean, it would be two separate fees if they're paying for boards, but they can just use it for the daily workflow and never use it for any of the onboarding or any of the other stuff for the keyboard. They can still use boards for that if they want. So
Reese, you're on here. Do you know if my onboarding funnel could be moved into this app?
He actually had to jump off.
Did you jump off? Okay.
Mhm.
Are you familiar with it, Sarah?
Could you repeat your question? Sorry.
If my onboarding funnel could be moved inside this app? It's like basically I created a website inside of boards that is built inside of boards. It's just like a funnel page that has videos in it.
And they're just controlled by links, correct?
Yeah, links and yeah, they're all just like Vimeo links.
I don't think that there would be an issue. Should be something you could easily embed so that it continues to play out how you're wanting. I would have to dig deep and make sure to give you a definitive answer on that.
Yes, we
Okay.
could ask the developers too. I'm not certain on that.
It's- I mean, like if I decide to use this, I'd be more than willing to help build it, obviously, and move everything over there and help with content and all that. I just need to get a good understanding of it. Maybe I'll hop on with Reese and get him to train me on it quick.
Absolutely.
And like Australia, I've got, well, I guess that's, yeah, my content. So we've got boards for every country that we're in. I can load all that stuff. Yeah. Okay. Just thinking out loud.
Yeah, it is. That's the hard part, is reloading it all. That's why it isn't loaded yet. And the stuff we have in there that is showing on the onboarding and stuff, that's just our temporary hold stuff for now because we haven't loaded the full content yet. Yeah.
John, I saw you unmute. Would you like to add something in?
No, I'm going to hold my tongue for right now, I think.
Okay. Yes, sir. Any other questions? Oh, one thing that someone had asked was, what does system stand for? Because of the periods in between the letters. System stands for systemize your strategy to expand momentum.
I think that's what, I think that may be what the AI put into it, but it stands for a lot of things. There was another one. I don't know if Luke's on here, but when we originally started. But it's just trying to keep it separate from other ones on the app so that you can tell them apart.
Okay, let me ask this. I will say something. I can never shut up.
That's all right.
So just to verify and just to confirm, because I heard parts of Brent's, but I was also doing stuff with kids. So it's got the workflow. Oh, you don't have to spotlight me, Sarah. Thanks. So is it actually content creating, or is it just giving you ideas of what you need to do for a daily workflow? Like you should make a reel on this, or is it actually you're putting your information and gets to know you? It's actually creating content that then you copy and paste over into your social media.
Both. So you can, if you're good at creating content, you don't have to use that piece of it to have it created, but it is going to give you your daily workflow of what to do today. So did you do this today? Did you do this today? It's more of a checklist, but it rewards you and you earn prizes when you get so many coins for doing so many a day. But in the coach in your pocket, if you say, okay, I need to come up with a post for what that particular thing is today, it will help you write the post. It'll help you create that based on you. It'll get to know you and it'll create those posts based on you. Yours and Christy's posts are so great. Like you don't need a lot of help to be authentic and be funny and be engaging, but some of us aren't that good, John. We're not as good as you. We need help.
But I guess my thing is because we did a challenge this summer for our team, and we actually did a bunch of these things that are in this workflow for our team this summer, not knowing that we just created stuff. I mean, why couldn't someone then just take the workflow, right, and then just do those tasks on their own, and then go to Chat GPT and just create stuff? Why instead of paying 14? Not to I know you're trying to pay for your stuff, but why then pay $14.99 a month? I mean, what am I getting by paying $14.99 a month when I couldn't just take your workflow, go to ChatGTP, and then just create stuff?
You maybe could, but most of our team couldn't.
Yeah. So it's the thing that it kind of keeps them engaged because it's rewarding them. It's that, how people get addicted to, I don't play video games, but Candy Crush back in the day or something.
Gamifying it. It's gamifying it.
Gamifying it so that it's tricking them into building their business. It's actually getting them to do the daily stuff that you're teaching them to do. But how many people that you taught to do, a percentage do it and then the rest don't. So this will be the same way. They won't, they can try it out. If they don't like it, if it's overwhelming, don't use it, but for people who are on social media and are, needing more followers and who aren't good at engagement, most of them need this help. Most of them need this help. And, like I said, you and Christy, you could actually download those things. They're not secrets, but they give them ideas and then it helps them. That's all. But it gets to know.
And I do like the idea for someone who does not have a lot of success or is not very savvy on social. I do like this. I think this would be a great tool for them to. Now, the big thing is on Brent's, he has a wheel of prizes. Does yours have a wheel of prizes?
100%. It has the same
Okay.
prizes.
That's what I needed to know. All right.
So when you complete those, you get a coin, and every so many coins, you get a prize,
Okay.
like a cool T-shirt or a hat for your shiny head there.
Will you sign it? Will be autographed from Cindy Landis. That's my next.
I will sign yours, John. I will sign yours. For sure.
Perfect. That's what I need to know. Thank you.
I will sign yours.
You can take my spotlight off now.
But good question, John. Actually, there's nothing.
And I have one more question I think I know the answer to, but this is not the app that Partner Co was just launching. They were just creating a board similar to boards. This is not it. It's another one, correct? Partner Co is putting a Partner Co board on boards.
On
So that
the
we-
Partner Co share app.
Yes.
And this
no,
is totally different.
This is totally different.
Right.
Okay.
So really, you could keep using boards. You could use PartnerCo's share app piece if they're going to put before and afters like boards on there. And you could use this just to build content, just to build algorithms in Facebook. Or you don't have to use it. Doesn't matter. Right?
One thing that Brent told me today is this app is meant to bring fire and momentum to all of our teams.
Yeah,
So
really.
I wanted to make sure everybody was aware of that as well. Was someone else about to speak?
It's Mike and Lisa Guidry. Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Lisa.
Can you question that?
Yeah, so the question is, I totally get the rewarding someone, tricking them into doing the things that they should be doing. Can you speak a little bit about the algorithms in particular? As you know, Facebook is always changing. Does this app help you stay ahead of that by doing it in a certain fashion or a
Does
certain?
it have its own algorithms to keep up with those other algorithms, or is it just the fact of posting more frequently and all of those things boost that person's algorithm?
Yeah,
just
so it's
organically.
It starts boosting your videos. It starts boosting to people that you don't know. And the more you do it, the longer you do it, the more it boosts it. So as it goes, that's why I said in 90 days, they've had people increase their followings, their actual followings to themselves by 10,000 people in 90 days, followers, because it's every so many days that you keep doing it, Facebook rewards you and throws your stuff out to more people. And then it throws it out to more people, the more hits you get. So it knows that, and the developers are on top of it to keep on top of all the algorithms. That's their expertise.
Thank you, Cindy.
And let me see.
Luke, would you like to add anything?
You can add something. I know you wrote in there too.
Can you hear me?
Yep, we got you.
Hey, I know a lot of you don't know me from Adam. Bob knows me. I know him from previous company. So I'll tell you straight up why I approached Cindy about building this. Because 90% of the people that join our team are not like us. They're never going to be. They're never going to be able to look at a list of 10 things to do every day and do them, right? It's the same difference when we can all say, hey, you should get up off the couch and walk every day for your health. But even if you do that, that's not the same as going to the gym, right? I have an app for the workouts I do at the gym that I pay for. I've never complained once about paying for it. I pay for Zoom, right? We all pay for Zoom. We could all just FaceTime right now, except for you Android people. I'm just kidding. The point is, I told Cindy that, this business, we need to take what everyone's doing that's working, but we need it in one place because 90% of our team don't have influence, don't have experience, and do not know how to do this. But what are they on? They're on social media, right? COVID pushed us all into doing Zoom meetings more than we're doing home meetings. And everything's pushing towards, reach people through social media. The problem is, Some of you are going to have way bigger influence and following on social media that will give you success. But I know that my business will be the majority of people won't have a huge social media following. How do I help that person succeed, right? This business is a masses game. How do we help the masses grow their business? Because that helps all of us grow ours. And so when we put this together, we knew that system of growth worked. We knew, Tim Sells even has a funnel system, right? That he does. That's created success, obviously. But we all aren't funnel system masters. I know I'm not. I'm not even good at technology. I just knew that was going to be needed for our team to be able to beat to the same drum. The other thing, the last company that I was in, we put a lot of people in really fast, right? And I'm sure all of you've probably experienced this in this industry. We put in 5,000 people in the first 6 months. The problem was when I would text my leaders, did all 5,000 get the message? Probably not. Maybe 1,000 of them, if I'm lucky. So the other thing that we have is the notifications in this app. So for me, I want all of my team that's building a business. If they're not building a business, they don't need the app. If they just want to be a customer, they don't need the app. But I wanted something where everybody didn't have to download boards, get in a Facebook group, and get on Telegram and hope that I still reach them with my message. I want this to create leverage. All of us build this business for residual income, but we also build it for leverage. I don't want to be busy spinning 8 plates, responding to everyone's questions about MOA and skinny drops when I can put it in a chat bot and say, use the app, right? It's all about leverage. That's what we wanted to create this for. We wanted to make it to where you as the leader can go do what you're great at, building a business. And your team can be trained all in one place. You can communicate with them all in one place. And so there is a feature being done now where we will be able to text and communicate, because that was a big thing for me. I knew that if when this thing grows big, if you got 100,000 people on your team, you don't want to miss that diamond in the rough, right? What if Bob Budd missed your text and he's the one on your team? You want him to have your text, right? So my point is that's what we wanted to build this for, is to make it to where everything that works is in one place, and then put in the piece that I thought was crucial, which is help people grow their social media following. Because at the end of the day, eventually making the post on social media about the skinny drops or about our products, there's a point where you've reached your saturation of your friends, right? Whether you went to high school with them or whatever, they're in your community. If you're not constantly bringing new followers to your page, or let's just say if your team is not, they're eventually going to run out of customers, right? Or people that they can prospect. So this makes it, and look, this doesn't take away from talk to people every day, right? I mean, I go to networking events. I can build this whole thing like that. I could never be on social media and build it. Most of you can too. Why? Because we've done this before, right? Or we have that skill set. But what about the brand new stay-at-home mom that joins my team that can't leave, right? She's got kids in 83 different sports. How does she never run out of customers? If I can get her paid, then my residual income's going nowhere. That's what we wanted to build this app for. And I'm excited after all this, because I knew Brent was building one. I'd met with Todd because I told him, hey, we're building this. We'd love your input. So I'm excited because your all's videos, like I want all of your all's videos in this thing, because that's what's going to make it better. Partner Co's thing, better together, is so true. I want Bob Budd training my people on comp plan, right? I want all these great things in one place, because we are better together and a rising tide lifts all ships. This is just going to keep everybody able to get the access to the information and never run out of customers, because we've created one thing they can do to constantly add followers. So it's exciting. We have been working on it, and by me and we, I mean Cindy, because I'm not a tech person. I've kind of pushed it all on her, but it's exciting to see when people start having success that have never had success. And that's the thing. It's a combination of all those things that allows them to get new customers and get people in their circle that maybe they would have never met.
Hey guys, I've got another Zoom on this. I pushed it back 10 minutes, but I just want to say one last thing, that the developer actually allowed Cindy and Brent to work together, because they both had to pay a very significant amount of money up front for the development. And they also have to guarantee X amount of lots of people monthly, or they have to pay a lot monthly. The reason that we did two separate is, like, I know, like, just have a different view, and I know all of my really strong leaders, and you're all slightly different. And there was going to be no way for you to get your stuff on. There's no way you can put 25 leaders stuff on one app. So it's not a competition. This is just a way. So, the Jonies, the Reeses, you guys, the really big teams that y'all just contact Cindy and Luke and all work together. And Cindy's going to tell me what she wants from me and I'll put it on there. But whether it works or not, like I'm not endorsing it. I'm always open. I didn't really understand much about how the whole social media part of it works, but I do know that there's some people that have been testing it that have had some success, but we won't know for a couple of months. Like that's the way network marketing works. In a couple of months, we'll think this is the biggest Grand Slam ever, or it was really dumb. But we'll see. It's worth $14.95 a month. To cancel, I had Sarah sign me up. I got to stop long enough to get in there and actually look at it.
Thanks, Todd. I don't know if you want me to take any more questions since you have another Zoom or.
We can go until you got 5 minutes. I just need to be done at 5:08.
You see?
Hey, I actually signed up for Brent's last night because I didn't know that yours was coming out. So I'll definitely do a switch over. But I can give it from a new person's perspective. So I've spent a couple of $1,000s in the last month on the attraction marketing because for me, boards is so clunky and I find it really hard to find stuff in there. And anybody that I've signed up always has the same issues with regards to, because it just feels like it's all over the place, where this app just feels so much more organized. And I can tell you, when I had a meeting with my team last night, that everybody from, a 75-year-old lady to a 28-year-old girl, we were all playing around with it. And because I had signed up right away, and everybody loved it. And I find that now I think they are actually going to know what to post. Like they're going to stick with it. Whereas before, it's just, there's so much information from so many different places. And also for boards, we tell people they can download the free app, but then they can only actually do one post a day because they can only do 2 things in boards per day unless it's paid. So I don't know. So from a brand new person's perspective, I can say after using it, it is well worth, the $15, $20, like whatever it is, I would pay that 10 times over rather than paying the fee for boards because I like it that much more, as does my little team that I've introduced it to. So that's just a brand new person's perspective. Yeah.
And I just want to speak. So Tracy is a very successful businesswoman, but is brand new in network marketing, has never done this before. So that's a very good perspective from somebody that really wants this to work. She's quite analytical, and for her to have that experience, that's really good.
Yeah, it is just, it's user friendly once you're in it, it really is. But like I said, we're just sharing the information since Brent launched today. We were waiting. We didn't tell anybody about it until we knew Brent was going to launch. So we let him do that first. And that's where the confusion came in. He called me and said, I probably should have mentioned it on the IPA that there's technically 2 of them. He said, my mind wasn't even on it. So, it didn't matter. That it doesn't matter to us, to Luke and I. We don't care. I don't mean that badly. We need the help. So we would love any leaders who want to jump on. We would love that, and team members. But if you want to use Brent's, it's completely fine. Doesn't matter. Or not use any.
And Cindy, my understanding is that developers counting both of y'all's numbers for the quota y'all got to meet, correct?
Yes, we have a quota together. It's collective. So that's why it doesn't matter to us. Okay, guys. So that's legit. Yep.
All right, guys, if anyone else has any questions, feel free to reach out to Cindy. You can also send them to me. I will send them to Cindy and Luke. And that's it for today.
Yeah, and Joni, you and Reese and all you big leaders, y'all just set up another Zoom time with Cindy and Luke, and y'all all talk it through. Because I know all of y'all have got your own ideals. I'm going to the next Zoom to sign somebody up. Y'all deal the gap and grow the business.
All right, thanks, Todd.
All right, thanks everyone.
Everybody have a great one.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much, Cindy.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.